this is dynamic.
Yeah, this is dynamic.
Yeah, it's already so much better just in dynamic alone.
Let's go to red.
Let's go to red. Okay.
Yeah.
We're going to go all the way to 100%.
Yeah, red is 100%.
Okay.
What's up, guys? Eric from B-Sonic here. Today we have a very special car. It's a 2025 Toyota 4Runner, newly designed, and it's also the Trail Hunter version, which is very, very rare. It's one of the top of the line models, which is optimized for off-roading and also overlanding. And one thing that's missing still is one of our throttle response controller, the ShiftPower Throttle Response Controller. This will give you the complete package when it comes to your off-road and trucks. It will eliminate the initial throttle lag for a lot of these very, very heavy vehicles. These cars weighs a lot, and it could even end up weighing more once you start adding more accessories to it. It can even affect your acceleration even more. So we're here for that. This is highly customizable. So you can change to different modes. You could change it in 1% increments to how much you want your car to accelerate. It also has an anti-theft mode where you can immobilize your vehicle, and you can even put it into valet mode so that valet driver won't be able to take it on a joyride. Well, let's stop talking. Let's go inside the car and get this installed. All right, guys, before we get started on this installation, just want to make sure the car is asleep because we don't want any signals coming through the acceleration pedal. So to do that, on this 4Runner and the same for all the other Toyotas, just park your car, and after you come back from a drive, just make sure you lock it and unlock it, and that will put the car to sleep. Another way is to keep the driver's side door open and then take your key fob far away so the car cannot detect it. Wait about 10 minutes and you can start the installation. Another third way is to unplug the negative terminal on the car's battery, and then you can go right on it. So once you do that, go inside the car. Okay, I'm gonna open up the ShiftPower box and show you what's inside. So inside here, you'll find the instructions manual. Make sure you go through it. There's also the password on here to pair your phone to our device. And you'll find a harness, plug and play harness, plugs into the back of the acceleration pedal. And there's a module here. And the module will connect to our button. The button illuminates in the LED color of the mode that you're in. So very, very useful. And you can also press the button to jump into different modes as well. And there's some zip ties for you to help organize the wires, and a really cool sticker. And before we begin the installation, let's figure out where we should mount the button. All right, guys, so we found our location that we want to mount this. For this specific vehicle, we're not going to mount it to the left side because there's going to be some pods here for extra controls that's going to fulfill this area. So we looked for a place on the center area. So we found this area here. So we're going to just stick it on right there. We're going to run the cable going up and behind this panel. So how we remove this panel, stuck our finger back here and just pulled it out like so. And after you pull that out, if you want to make more room, you can pull the bottom piece out like so. So this will open up that area. And we're gonna run it all the way down towards the acceleration pedal because that's where the module is gonna sit. All right, so I caught the other side down here. Just gonna let it sit here for now until we put this piece back together. Looks good. And all we have to do is remove this adhesive. And if you have any sort of coating or armor on here, make sure you get some rubbing alcohol or alcohol pad and just clean that area up before you place this adhesive. Okay, looks good. Terrific. Now that we got the button squared away, let's go under and look behind the acceleration pedal. And that is where we'll find these matching connectors. Okay, so if you come down here, this is the cable from our button, and here's the acceleration pedal. If you follow up, you'll find the assembly right above it, and the connector sits right above this. So you don't have to push this under panel plastic piece up like so to see it. And the release tab is towards the center. So you're gonna take your hand, go inside, and then press really hard on the release tab, which is gonna be towards the center of the vehicle. And you're gonna pull straight up. You're gonna be very tempted to pull towards you just because you're at this weird angle, but just focus on pulling straight up while pressing the release tab as hard as you can. And that's how you'll get it out easily. Okay, so here's a release tab here. Pressed it really hard and we're just pulling it straight up. It's hard to get the camera angle because it's under panel. Feel free to remove this under panel if you wish. It's just Phillips screws on 2 sides and it'll drop with some clips. All right, so once this is here, let's grab our module here. Let's remove our wire ties. Okay, and the factory connector will connect to our gray side. Just make sure you hear that click. Okay. And grab the other side. And we're going to connect it onto the acceleration pedal assembly. You'll hear that click. All right, so once that's all done, let's locate this connector here. We're going to connect it onto the module. Like so, there it is. Okay, and a good place to mount this, you can use some zip ties and organize it, or you can also tuck it on the side over here. If you ever end up losing your instructions manual, you can also refer to the module for the password to connect to the app. Okay, just tuck it behind here. All right, terrific. Harness, cabling, it's all going to the side. So when you install this, just be careful that the harness doesn't come droop down and affect your driving. So I'm going to add just one zip tie up here to ensure the wires don't come down. All right, and let's just snip this part off. All right guys, so we just finished installing our ShiftPower, our throttle response controller, and we're gonna get Daniel Song's phone set up. Daniel Song's the owner of this 4Runner Trail Hunter version. It's gonna be at SEMA this year, so make sure you guys don't miss it. Okay, it's gonna be at the Rays booth. Rays is always in the central hall. You guys cannot miss it. They always have the coolest JDM cars, and this car is gonna be one of them. So to get it set up, let's select the car icon. There it is, and then you'll see the device, connect. And it's gonna ask you for a password for your pairing. And if you look in the booklet here, it'll show under passwords. All right,
Perfect.
terrific. Then let's select your vehicle. And then you are set. So we'll test it. So whenever you push the button, it will switch off to different modes.
Okay.
You can use your finger, move it to 1% increments as well. And one of the cool features of this is the immobilizer. It adds another layer of security. So say that we want to lock it. I'm gonna borrow your face for a moment.
Okay.
And let's lock this.
There you go.
All right, we locked it. And the car's turned on, the engine's on right now. So can you try pressing on the acceleration pedal?
There's no response.
Yeah,
right now.
no response, it shows. So if you lock your car before you get out of your car, say that you park at an airport for a few days, you're feel a little uneasy because your car's out in the open and some thief just manages to go inside and break into the car. You know, they turn on the engine, they won't be able to drive off anywhere. As long as your car is in lock mode. And of course, there's also like a valet mode. So when you're valeting your vehicle, the valet driver cannot floor the car, so it prevents them from going on joy rides or doing peel outs and any of that. There's also eco mode. Yes, eco mode saves gas on the vehicle. You do lose some throttle response, and that's just how you save some gas by driving slower. So for the most part, for trucks and all cars, we recommend starting with dynamic mode. It is the green mode, and if you go to most settings, there's 3 different acceleration curves. For these larger vehicles like this one, we recommend using the linear just because the car is heavier, and it really helps if you have better response on the low end. So we recommend linear. There's also exponential and dynamic. So exponential is for more of a sport compact cars that's lighter, that already has a pretty fast response, so that it prevents the acceleration pedal to be too touchy. So we'll keep it at linear. This is the most aggressive one. The exponential is the least aggressive. And all these mode settings up here can also be changed depending on your presets. If you like something in between all the modes, then you can change the presets here, and every time you push the button, it'll jump to those presets. So let's first get started with the dynamic mode and see how Daniel likes it.
So this is great because I had the privilege of building a 2024 Trailhunter Tacoma before this, right? And so we had one of these ShiftPower systems installed. Now, I will tell you, at that point, the results were a little bit more dramatic because by the time you had installed the stuff, we had already had a bed rack, we already had a camper, so we had so much more gear on there, and so like it's kind of yes, it's a ShiftPower, it's the same device, it's the same purpose, but I feel like depending on the vehicle that you have, there's a different purpose for it.
Yes,
right.
I agree.
In my sort of tuner cars, whether it be the GR86 or the GR Corolla, I love the ShiftPower because of the driver experience. We were talking about this earlier, where, you know, to us, there's a, sort of a perceived sensation of speed. So it has nothing to do with the actual speed, but what you feel because of vibration, noise, and just the sensation of speed. That's why a lot of people complain in EV cars, even if you go 100 miles an hour, it doesn't feel fast.
Yeah,
it's
that's
silent.
right.
It's very numb.
Yes.
The touchier, more sensitive throttle pedal creates a much more like amplified speed experience.
Oh yeah.
But in something like this, it's really to compensate for all the overlanding gear.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And so I'm used to driving this 4Runner and even my Tacoma when it was stock at a certain expectation. But once you load the car with all this camping gear, whether it be your bed rack, roof rack, the body armor, the skid plates, the tents, you're going to begin to slow down the car.
Yes.
So I love that for these cars, the ShiftPower for me, even though it's the same device, is used to compensate for the throttle that I lost by adding the weight to the car. And so I love it, dude. This is already great.
I mean, the car does feel really heavy once you start doing all that, and you could totally tell. You could feel it on the acceleration pedal. This will minimize that so the car feels light again.
Yeah.
And without having to, you know, just takes 5 minutes to install it, and then you got that.
Yeah. This is in dynamic.
Yeah, this is dynamic.
Yeah. It's already so much better just in dynamic alone.
Well, let's go to red.
Let's go to red. Okay.
Yeah.
We're going to go all the way to the top. 100%.
Yeah, red is 100%.
Okay. I'm actually hesitating stepping on the pedal right now because the car is actually quite jumpy right now. So let's see.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, this is good.
Another cool thing about this, you could change it while you're driving. There's other companies' throttle controllers. Your car needs to be stopped, or else it'll throw check engine lights.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, that's huge to be able to do this because to do it on the fly. Again, I'm thinking of practical applications beyond the fact that that's cool. For me, I think a practical application is, again, imagine being on a highway. You have heavy gear. You're getting to a 2-lane highway. You want to make a pass.
Yes.
Right?
That's right.
Well, it's kind of like almost like an overboost, right?
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? Click it to red, get the pass, and then once you've comfortably passed, you can go back to green so you can save on the fuel, right?
Yeah.
So that's awesome. Yeah. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, this concludes our video today. We showed you how to install it. We showed you how it operates it. And we got some first feedback from Daniel Song here. I know he gave his feedback on the throttle response controller before on the GR86. He loved it there. He also likes it on this Toyota 4Runner. If you guys have any questions, leave a comment below or shoot us an email at info@bsonicusa.com. And thank you very much once again, Daniel, for coming out here, supporting our products. And if you guys are gonna be at SEMA this year, go ahead and make sure you stop by the race booth. This car is gonna be all fixed up. It's gonna look a lot different than now, but it's something that we very much look forward to. Thank you very much, and I'll see you guys on the next video.